Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is an end of the month for the month of April Tarot Oracle reading. And Libra, you are the astrological star of this insight. And this is, sorry, my cat's distracting me. Good morning, Stella. Stella is my cat, and she just heard that I was doing a reading, so she came running over. Her job is to sit on my lap and purr, but she's got to settle down here so I can see what I'm doing. I apologize. All right, so Libra, you're the star of this astrological insight. This is a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that might give you further clarity as to your situation now. If your sun sign is not Libra, we all have a little bit of Libra in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, the house that Libra's in is where this information shows up for you. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. Stella has happy feet now, so we're on a good roll here. Cats purr can lower blood pressure. I feel like we might all need that these days. All right, so we have the Four of Wands here. Four of Wands is actually the official marriage card of tarot. So this is the underlying energy of the reading, which is kind of interesting because Libra basically is about being at a mature level, that you can make a commitment such as marriage and raising a family, that you've reached that point. So it's perfect for your reading, Libra. You're kind of representing yourself here. So the Four of Wands represents an energy of fulfillment, especially in that passionate way. And this is talking about the energy is basically like you have the down payment for your castle, but you still have to make the payments. Someone has popped the question. The answer is yes, but now, and you're maybe working on the wedding, but then you'll need to also work on the relationship to keep it fulfilling. So you need to put energy into any relationship for it to be fulfilling. Perfect. And then we have this energy of the Empress. So this is powerful energy here. The Empress is considered to be, she's in the major arcana, and she has the qualities of all four queens from the minor arcana. And you become an Empress in tarot when you go through enough life experience that you develop, abilities due to having life experiences that force you to, basically. So the path to being an Empress can be quite challenging, but it's really beneficial because it means that whatever hardships you go through, you learn from them. And if you learn from them, they keep raising your abilities. And so that's what this is representing here. So the Empress is growing wheat at her feet. And this wheat represents her ability to manifest at, bumper crops, basically. If she's going to grow a crop, what she does is she checks out, okay, what do I need to, which field would be best to grow this in? Do I need to amend the soil? Does it need fertilizer? What does it need? Make sure the rocks and the stones are picked. I just want to apologize for any noise in the background. I have a lot of construction going on outside. I've been waiting for a couple hours to do this reading, but it's quieter out there now than it was. There's cranes, there's a lot going on out there. It's quite interesting actually to watch, but noisy. So I think it's not too bad. I do have my noise canceling mic on, so hopefully that's not going to distract you too much. The energy here is talking about her being able to manifest, once she does that, she plants the seeds, and then she knows that she's done everything she can, pick up the stones and the rocks before planting the seeds, to make sure that when it comes to seeding and harvest, that the machinery doesn't get damaged from it. And then she lets nature do its thing. And she doesn't worry about it. It's like, okay, I've done my part. Now, nature, it's your turn to do your part. And so she's a very powerful manifester. She's considered like a generator of energy. The saying for her is pregnant with possibility. And this card actually can also represent someone who's pregnant. So you might be pregnant and getting married. That could be an energy that's out there. And we have, my goodness, left out in the cold. So let's see what this is about. The Five of Pentacles, it does represent an energy of feeling left out in the cold. We have two individuals here. One is on crutches and he's wearing a plague bell. The plague bell, in the old days, they didn't have apps to isolate people from society. So instead they would just make them wear this big bell, and when they came into town, everybody could hear them coming and get out of their way when they arrived, which kind of made it hard to, get a job or participate in society in any meaningful way. But he's found someone that will, but this person doesn't even have shoes and they're walking through the snow. Quite often the Five of Pentacles, there's 10 pentacles in the tarot, and pentacles represent health, wealth, and happiness. They represent your ability to, perform on the 3D level. And, the pentacle energy is represented by coins because, of course, money is a very big part of your ability to do well in the 3D. Having said that, this is talking about, there's only half the money here between two people, so it's not enough for them to be able to have a proper lifestyle, but they're doing their best to support each other as best they can. And quite often this card can represent an energy of tactics being applied to these individuals at some point that kind of caused this downfall of energy. Tactics such as gang stalking, gaslighting, that kind of energy, like ruining someone's reputation. Generally, this would be from competition that wants to, it can be for many reasons and many sources. So anyone can handle a flake or two, and that's what the snow here represents. Anyone can handle a flake or two, but when the flakes pile up, they can actually collapse your house. So this energy is talking also, sometimes it can be an energy where people just feel like they don't fit in. And, quite often people will feel that way from the time they're born. And so if you've always felt that way, kind of like you're a sore thumb that sticks out, know that many times if God gives people extra abilities, gifts people with certain qualities and talents, then you're not meant to fit in. You're not meant to be part of the crowd. You're meant to stand out. So you're not meant to be a piece in the puzzle. You're meant to be the person putting it together. And so sometimes that can feel really like as if you never fit in and you're the black sheep of the family and nobody understands you type of energy. But that's because you're not meant to be. You're meant to shine. You're meant to be a star. So I feel like this energy might be talking about that kind of energy here. We have judgment being called. So if it is tactics from other people, Edward Snowden, who worked for the NSA years and years ago, he was contracted out, identified 7 different tactics that are commonly used or were commonly used back then by the government and corporations, etc., that were not legal at the time to do. I don't know if they're legal now, but what I did notice is that these tactics that he was talking about are tactics that we all employ ourselves. Like, I recognize them right away. And if a lot of people will bitch about the government and corporations, etc., but if we're using those tactics against ourselves and others, then we're probably going to employ people who use those tactics. So we need to, we are voting for the government, in a democracy. And so, when our taxes are what employs them, that's how they're paid. So this energy is talking about, we need to focus on our act, focus on what can I, every one of us needs to say, what can I do to stop this from happening, is stop using the tactics yourself. That's basically the best way for it to stop. If enough people do that, then it will shift. And then this is talking about judgment. regarding this. So this judgment is coming in from the spiritual realm down to the physical realm. And this energy is, the ancestors are literally coming out of their boxes. So sometimes this judgment can be like delayed kind of, and perhaps your ancestors have been weren't able to have that clarity or that justice while they were still alive, and they've been waiting on the other side for it to happen, and they're excited here. Judgment has been called on the spiritual level. It's coming to earth. Sometimes this card can talk about skeletons coming out of the closet, as well as an energy of sometimes it can be Pandora's box being opened. And then we have the Magician energy, and the Magician is talking about an energetic upgrade coming your way. So that could be this energy coming in. And the Magician is talking about bringing your thoughts and bring them down into matter, as above, so below. He's pointing to above to below, because this is a beautiful garden that you can create. You have all the tools that you need. You need to learn how to use the tools, and you need to know which tool to use for which situation. And then you don't have to use tactics. You just use your own, what you learn from what's going on. And we can all learn from the mistakes of others. We don't have to actually go through it ourselves. We can watch other people and go, okay, I'm not going to do that, or I am going to do that. That works, that doesn't. We're taught right and wrong, most of us, from a very young age. So we have a pretty clear idea of what that is. And we have the King of Cups here. So the King of Cups is talking about someone who wants to offer a cup of love. And this energy is, he's waiting because there's all this chaos around him. Water, chaotic water like this, rough water in tarot represents like volatile emotions, that kind of energy. And so it can also represent that you maybe have chaos, but he's in the eye of the storm here, and he's patiently waiting, or impatiently waiting, but he has a really good control of his emotions. So he's chilled out, and he's got this cup in hand, and as soon as the opportunity arises where he feels that someone will, their life has calmed down enough to take his offer of this cup, then he will step forward. He's the most emotionally available of all the kings, and steady in matters of love, because he has that ability to, he has learned how to discipline his emotions and his mind. And we have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles energy is representing someone who is known for their business acumen and respected for it. This energy is, I already explained what the pentacles are. You could have all the pentacles in the world and still not live the lifestyle. So this isn't just talking about money, but this tends to bring people around, that are interested in that field. So like bankers, this could be someone who is an accountant, a financial advisor, insurance advisor, that type of energy, someone planning for retirement, that kind of energy. If this would be someone at the top of their game. So, if they are accountant, etc., they would be most likely to be a partner in a well-established firm. There also is an energy here for real estate. The pentacle represents the element of earth. And so real estate brokers, mortgage brokers, real estate agents that are selling high-end properties, that high up in well-established firms. What else? This could land developers, that kind of energy. We also could have entrepreneurs that are doing very well, and we could have, also, the head financial advisor of a company, that kind of energy. So someone who's high up, understands finances, and is respected by the business community and, people in general. The king does have grapes all over his robe. Grapes in tarot represent a luxury item. And so it's considered, if you can grow grapes, you're considered to be talented. And especially if you can make money growing grapes, then you're talented in the financial industry. And people have a tendency to say, hey, here's someone who can do that. Maybe they'll be able to answer this question for me. So quite often this is a person that people will go to for business and financial advice. And then this is talking about the 10 of Wands, is talking about a heavy load to bear here. So this person is bringing these wands in. The wands in tarot represent the element of fire. And so this is talking about taking action with passion. He's bringing his harvest home, and it's really, really heavy. And he's having difficulty, like he can't even see where he's going because he's pushing so hard here. It's kind of that saying, can't see the forest because of the trees. This is talking about when you get so enmeshed in the details that you can't see the big picture anymore. And you need to, take a look at what's happening on a higher level, the energy coming towards you, but he can't see it. So this is talking about being really aware, like he's so close to home here, but he doesn't realize it. And this is when a lot of people quit right before they're about to be successful after putting all this energy into something. So what he needs to do is, take a little rest here for a minute and notice, like he's maybe 10 minutes from his home. These wands can also represent, they could be heavy from the fruit of his labor, which is a good thing. They also could be, some of these wands could be burdens from other people that he's been carrying. And the load is just too heavy for him. So if you are carrying, this card is basically saying, if you're carrying any burdens from other people, now is the time to put them down, like right in the field there. Phone the person up when you get, home here, and let them know, I put your burdens down in the field, you come and get them if you want. And that's the end of it. You don't even have to let them know, but you need to let them go, because with this judgment being called, if this can involve karma, and if you're carrying burdens that belong to other people, you are now going to end up getting hit with their karma. So let her go. It's time to let it go, whatever this is. Feel like I'm picking up that 3 of these wands that this person is carrying are actually don't belong to him. And if he'd put those 3 down, then the 7 that he has left, he'd be able to get home no problem. And this card sometimes is saying there's got to be a better way, and the better way is lessening your load or finding a way to carry it in an easier way. And that would be, these are the actions that you and other people take if you're carrying someone else's burdens. So this is talking about your internal forces. And so your internal forces, there's so much potential here with the Empress. Like you have a lot of manifestation abilities. She's like a magnet, for attracting what she wants. And so you need to recognize that that's the energy that you should, so this could definitely be your energy here. This shouldn't be your energy, but this is how you identify with yourself right now. This is you're identifying with yourself as being left out in the cold, your reputation being ruined, tactics haven't gone against you, a lot of people involved. That's the kind of energy. And so it's time for you to deal with this. So if some of the people that you suspect maybe are involved are people that you love and that you don't want to get hurt, you need to put their burdens down, because you're not doing them a favor either by carrying them for them. It's really important that you do so, because otherwise justice, the ancestors have been waiting for this for a long time. It's just time. Everybody has to take responsibility for their own actions. So the judgment coming in, I feel it's going to reestablish, it's meant to reestablish your worth and your abundance. And you don't want to, I just want to explain like the karma thing. A lot of people feel that karma is a punishment, but karma is actually cause and effect. So it's a cause and effect of your actions. And so if someone takes an action, and that's direct karma, like when someone, okay, I've taken an action and I did this myself and now I'm responsible for it. There can be indirect karma, which is when you are carrying, it's your associations, and quite often, with your ancestors, sometimes they can't clean up their own shift before they cross the veil. And so then it gets put on the bloodline. And that's why they're cheering, because this is an opportunity to clear karma down the bloodline. And this energy, indirect karma is from, it's from associations that you have with friends, family, other people that are involved in, actions that cause karma. And so if you're carrying those, you will get hit with that karma, and then you won't be able to move into this energy. So this is talking about, this is supposed to be an energetic upgrade for you. So this is your early life. You're meant to be someone that can manifest at a high level. You're meant to have what your ancestors wanted for you. So this is a real good opportunity to clear up this karma and have redemption from it. We also all have karmic spaces that we can fall into. We're human. We make mistakes, and that, that's the way life is. But we need to learn from our mistakes, or we continue to make them, and that's why carrying the burdens of other people is not benefiting them either. They're not going to change their behavior if there's no consequences for it. We have the King of Cups, and this is about emotional foundation. Like the king has learned this lesson, probably the hard way. Are you going to be a good kitty and lay down now and purr, because you're raising my blood pressure instead of lowering it? Cats have staff, dogs have owners. She's like, I have to go finish my breakfast first. She shows up for work, but she's not always consistent. So this is the King of Cups is talking, this energy is, this could be your energy as well. And this also could represent the paternal line. So this could be saying that maybe there's people on your father's side of the family that you are carrying burdens for. That could be the case. So, or that you don't know you are, maybe even. And then we have this energy of the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles energy is in your creativity, romance, and children. I feel this is the energy that you're supposed to be in, whether you're male or a man or a woman, a male or a female. This energy is about, you could be a female in this masculine energy that you need to make decisions, firm decisions. So we have two kings here, and I feel like these two kings, this Empress energy could be your energy, or the King energy could be your energy, and maybe that's attracting. The Empress is coming out with the marriage card, so this could be that you're a king that already has the qualities of these two kings, and working your way into being an emperor so that you can attract this Empress and ask her to marry you. That's the energy I'm picking up. And remember, all of these figures this could be a woman in her masculine energy, and this could be a man in his feminine energy. Just so you're aware. And then this is your health and daily routine and your habits. So yeah, like if I feel that there's going to be a shift here with this judgment, and you're ready to put that down. It's very difficult to maintain this type of energy for an extended period of time. And after a while, it wears you down so much that you aren't able to enjoy the benefits of your own labor. We have the Fool, perfect. So this is saying, when you make that decision, okay, I'm going to have to let people deal with their own shift, and then you're on a new cycle. So the Fool starts at the 0 point, and now he's starting a brand new cycle. And this energy is, it's having an innocent attitude, being optimistic. He's taken a leap of faith, and that's what this represents, how he's not even looking where he's going as he's about to walk off this cliff. But the energy here, if you notice, he has tattered sleeves. So it's not like this is the first cycle this Fool's been on. So it's not like someone who doesn't know the ways of the world necessarily. It depends on how many cycles of energy you've been through. But the Fool, he is adopting an optimistic attitude, and look how light his load is. He's nowhere near this energy. So this is saying, I feel that you, your internal forces are the what ifs, and what if I put those burdens down and this happens to them, and what if what if I put them down and they just leave it there and then that happens to them. That's their problem, not yours. You need to be able to make that distinction so that you're free to continue on your journey free of, with this light load here. And good Lord. I swear this cat is doing her best to annoy me at the highest level here. It's very interesting. The external forces you don't necessarily have control over. So that's what this is talking about. When this fool goes on his journey, he's taking a leap of faith that, okay, things are going to work out and it's going to be beneficial. We have the Queen now coming in of Cups. So this could be a couple energy. Interesting. Now maybe this is your energy here. And it is someone that you consider to be like an empress to you. And now this Queen of Cups energy is coming in from the external forces. And this is your position of partnership, commitment, and marriage. There we go. So the King of Cups sees the Queen of Cups as his empress. And wants to ask her to marry him. There we go, and that starts a new cycle. So the external forces are when you're saying what the EF happened, not what if happened, IF. It's internal forces, external forces. So you don't have control over whether, he can't control whether the Empress energy or the Queen here of Cups says yes to his proposal. But he can do the best that he can do, be the best version of himself when he presents it, and then see what happens. And here we have the Hangman. So this is talking about this transition is going to bring a lot of balance into your life. Really, really interesting energy here. So the Hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge so that he can get a different perspective. He's upside down, and when his aura lights up, then he knows, okay, now I know this is the action that I'm going to take. And so this is where the transition starts happening. Where you lighten your load and now you're really more focused on what your needs are rather than the needs of everybody else. Very cool energy. And right now, we had a new moon, and that new moon was like 3 days ago. So we're still feeling that energy, and the new moon was in the sign of Aries. And the Aries energy is talking about bringing in the new. So what better time than on a new moon? That energy is really beneficial. Plus, on the 25th of April, we have Uranus is moving into the sign of Gemini. And it has, it'll be in Gemini now for another 7 to 8 years. The last time Uranus was in Gemini was from 1941 to 1949, which was, during the World War II energy. So that, we're kind of like, it's kind of mirroring that energy right now, the concerns around the world. And so this energy is very beneficial though for, it moved out of the sign of Taurus, and for a while in November it moved back to Taurus, and now it's on April 25th. Uranus is going to sit in Gemini until 2032. So this energy, it's good to know, it can bring around, it can really make major shifts in people's lives. On a big scale because of what's happening in the world, but also in individuals' lives. And they can feel quite shocking to people, like sudden. But they're usually things that have been brewing. It can cause people to change alliances. There could be estrangements. If you put your burdens down, if you put other people's burdens down, they might not want to have anything to do with you after that. And you might be shocked by it because you thought you were really close to them. But once you decide to put the burdens down, they don't want to have anything to do with you. So that's not uncommon. And with this energy coming up, that's the way it can be. So just understand that being open-minded right now is a huge asset for all of us. This is a shakeup, and it can be, that's why you need to have that balance to be able to look at things from all perspectives. Because for you to have, like, if you're going to the buffet of life with your leftovers on your plate, then how are you going to accept the new food? Are you going to put it on top of your leftovers, or are you going to come in with a clean plate? And that's what this energy is saying, because this is a significant shift in the energy coming up, and it can really change relationships, because everybody's going through it, so everybody's changing. That's why having an open mind right now is really beneficial, not jumping to conclusions, doing your research, noticing if you're using any of these tactics on yourself and on others, and stop doing it, that kind of energy. And then if enough people make those decisions, then what happens is, we clean up our own act. It's at the very least, it's one less person for the universe to have to worry about. Not that the universe worries. The universe just starts straightening things out and putting things in order, and that's what's going on right now. So there can be, we just had 2 eclipses too. That was on February 17th and on March 3rd. And that energy tends to stay with us for about, all the noise. Sorry, I apologize. That energy stays with us for generally about 6 months. I'm comparing it to like potpourri that's burning, like bubbling on the back burner of your stove. And this energy is like, it's in the background. You don't really, it's not a priority. It's not something that you notice, but the energy is very much there, and it's just like kind of in the background. And that's what the eclipse energy is like. You look back 6 months later and you go, wow, a lot happened during that time frame. And maybe you're so busy at the time dealing with it, you don't really realize all the significant changes that are happening. I feel like that's really, and part of that is the new moon that we just had on the 17th. That it was in Aries, and you are the opposing sign to Aries. You're exactly opposite on the horoscope wheel. So the energy of that new moon, you may have been feeling it quite significantly, you and Aries. And the Aries energy, there's 6 planets just moved into the Aries energy over the last few months, basically. And a lot of astrologers, some are saying it's like an event that would happen like every 500 years, and some are saying like every 800 years. So depending on who you listen to, but that's also a significant event. So we have the eclipses, we have that energy, we have the new moon moving into Aries, and your energy is opposing that energy. And it's interesting because the Libra energy is like, hey, like let's collaborate, let's talk this over. It's an energy of wanting to give people another chance kind of energy. And the Aries energy is a very assertive. And it's like, no, I'm not putting up with that anymore. So it's really a contrast that the Libra energy is probably feeling. And then on top of this, with Uranus coming in and throwing this other energy in, it's kind of a nervous energy. That's how my cat just threw up all over the living room. So I'm going to be ending this reading soon and go clean that up. So now I know why she was like, she's really distracted by the energy sometimes when I'm doing a reading, and I feel like it's just this nervous energy coming in. So at least it was over there. Good Lord. All right. And I thought, oh, it's finally quiet. So the night, that's kind of the energy that we're in though. And you may as well like just get used to it, because I feel like this is what's gonna, this is how it's going to be. And so the Knight of Pentacles energy is talking about some information coming in about some pentacles. So maybe, this could be something that's really going to benefit you. The Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight of them all. And so his horse is literally at a standstill. And he is, it's frustrating sometimes because it's information or communication you're waiting for, and you're waiting for it and waiting for it. But he's very methodical. And one thing is that when his information does come in, that it is actually really very beneficial. And it's a solid offer. And he's done his research. So it's not, and this is in your higher learning position. And then we have the energy of the Four of Pentacles. So it's saying you do have a strong foundation now to go after your heart's desires and your crown and glory. Having said that, maybe you've been in this position because of something, because of this energy here. I feel this is changing for you. This is talking about more in your career and reputation. And I feel like there could be some energy cleared up here. When you put these burdens down, you're going to notice, holy, it opens a lot of doors then, because you're not carrying the burden of that energy that doesn't belong to you. And so this is sometimes having to turn your back on the city where you're from. You know, it's hard to be a hero in your own hometown. And it's also talking about having to leave your comfort zone. And that's basically for the next 7 years with Uranus in Gemini. It's going to be that way, like where we're going to have to figure out maybe new ways of doing things that we used to do. And it's saying like basically like the Fool going on a new cycle. It's not like you don't have, it's not like you're starting from the 0 point, like, and you know, you don't know anything. This is like taking everything you've learned from the other cycles and what you've been through and using it to strengthen yourself. And this is talking about in your career and reputation. You've learned a lot here, and now to be able to move into the next level, it's saying don't sell yourself short. You deserve, like, if this upgrade is coming in where there's King of Cups, it's also, you know, has the energy of the King of Pentacles, and you're now at an Empress level, that is matching energy. So, you know, go for it. You know, I mean, check it out, of course, but that's what this is saying. Your lifestyle is about to change way more for the better. And then that's going to allow you to be able to pursue goals that are more spiritual, possibly, you know, take a few more risks that are calculated risks that you weren't able to because you needed to make sure you had that safe money there to keep, so that you could keep a strong foundation. So this is really promising energy for you, Libra. I really like it. Yeah, we have the Three of Pentacles energy. So it could just be saying this energy here is talking about blessings coming in. Be very aware that you are in a position of an elevated position, not in this position anymore. Once this energy starts moving for you, this energetic upgrade starts coming in. So when you're making any decisions about anyone that you're collaborating with, make sure that you're the one that is saying the terms. This also could be the energy from the past. You may have signed a contract that was not in alignment with your goals, and this is what has caused a lot of problems for you. And you may not have known that they, like, you know, this is talking about someone who, like the King of Pentacles here, who's, people are looking up to them. You're in an elevated position. People can see that you're doing really good work and they want to collaborate with you. But if you sign contracts that are not in alignment with your values, it's going to affect your lifestyle in a negative manner. And so what would be fun for some is not fun for everyone. And this quite often can represent secret society energy, and that can involve many, many different cultures, societies, churches, whatever. You have to recognize that if you sign up with a group energy, and this is really significant for you because the Libra energy opposing this Aries new moon, that energy, you're saying let's find some common ground here, and let's collaborate. And they're basically saying, no, it's the way we do things. They have their own way of doing things. And when you sign that contract, they consider the group energy to be much more important than any individual. So if you sign a contract with people, you're agreeing to whatever rituals they do, whatever belief systems they have, and you're signing a contract, and they take that very seriously. So you need to be aware of that and move forward. Make sure that any contracts or energy that you sign, that you are in alignment with it, and that you have control over your lifestyle after signing that, and over the work that you do. Because yeah, this energy, it could be, if this has happened in the past, this 10 of Pentacles is saying how your life is going to change. And so this energy, I feel like this is in the works, as long as you put down the burdens. And it could be from some sort of contract that you made in the past, and now you found maybe you got some advice from the King of Pentacles, and he also happens to have a cup of love for you, and it sees you as an Empress. So this energy is sometimes this card actually does represent, this is the ultimate in lifestyle in Pentacles. There is 10 Pentacles is the highest amount. This is a lot. This is like a legacy that you can hand down to your children and your children's children. But more importantly, it's also talking about your lifestyle improving vastly, and having, like, you know, being in alignment on a spiritual level as well, so that you're on your destined path. And sometimes this card can represent, if you do have some sort of legalities going on, that those that judgment will be in your favor. And you can see, like, it's lined up, the difference between the two. It's not half now, it's where it should be. So, you know, it's kind of an energy that we can all fall into. And just being aware now that with this Uranus energy coming in, there could be big shifts like that happening, and some of them could really be positive and others could be negative, depending on your situation. Perfect. Sorry for, like, now it's quiet. Okay, so I'm going to continue with this reading. I apologize for all the noise and my cat, and I was waiting for 2 hours to do readings because it was so noisy outside, and it just seems like it's going to be one of those days. Maybe now it's going to be calm, because it feels really calm now, the energy. It's quieter, yes. All right, I do hope you've enjoyed it, and please leave a like and comment if you have. And I'm going to clarify for those of you who want to stick around in the chaos here. So funny. The universe has a good sense of humor, I'll tell you. All right, so this is talking about, this oracle is from, it's Tales from the Vector, and that's T-A-L-S, and it looks like, yeah, a tower is hitting. So this tower is coming in, and we're talking about that energy. I'll just finish explaining my oracle to you. It's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I've been working on it since 2007. In 2020, I completed 64 paintings. I'm an artist. And so now I'm working on, I finally have time to work on my channel here. And so I'm playing with the cards before I have a lot of written information. I have a website. The numbers on these cards represent the numbers of the paintings in the order they are on in my gallery. And so you can take a look there if you want. The information will be in the description box below. I'll put them in the order they appear here. So if you want to look at them, you can take a look. And yeah, it's just, I want to play with the cards for a while, so that I have written information, but it's much different when you're using the cards and you're actually using them, you know, instead in action rather than just what's down on paper. So the Tower energy is talking about a reality check coming in, and this reality check, when a tower hits, it's usually uncomfortable for everyone, but when the tower does hit, it's a reality check that everybody needs, like to be able to take a look at what's really going on, and so you can make strong choices about the direction that you want to take. And so this energy is talking about a transition coming in. I feel your energy definitely is this, you could be this King of Cups wanting to offer this cup, or you could be the Empress that the King of Cups has his eye on. And I feel like this more is the King of Cups energy for some people, but for some people this is talking about this energy. And I feel that it's because both of you have gone through similar energies. So they're kind of mixing up, and when you meet, you'll recognize each other on some level and make a really good couple. Like this, when you put when the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups come together, she's already elevated to an Empress energy, and I feel the King of Cups is well on his way to being an Emperor energy. So it'll be a really good match. And so then we also have here dissension. So this is sitting on here, and unfortunately it's saying dissension is when people go out of their way to cause people to be divided in a group. So it's, you know, just using tactics that divide people, basically, pit one another, people against each other. And with friends like this, who needs enemies? So you've been swimming with sharks, and that's the information. So it's confirming that this probably involves people that are in your inner circle, and possibly if you had a partner at the time, it could be that. I don't really see that so much that it was a particular, I feel like it was people just will say in your inner circle, and it could have involved someone in your partnerships, but I feel this energy is talking more about the energy you're moving into. I don't feel you were married to anyone at the time that this happened. Okay, so then you might be divorced, though. That could be possible. So we have Scorpio energy coming in about the judgment here. So this is talking about I just want to make this clear. When my horoscope signs come out in my readings, a general collective reading, I'm not talking about an individual. So I'm not saying a Scorpio did it. That's not my intent. My intent here is for us all to learn from each of the signs. We tend to, like if you get your birth chart done, you'll realize that you have a lot of these signs throughout your chart. And a lot of us have all of them. Some of us have just, you know, most of them. So this energy, we can learn from all of these different energies. And the Scorpio energy is talking about being able to unite people. When it's at its strongest, Scorpio unites people, and it's elevating people instead of conquering them. That type of energy. And we have the ego. So this is a karmic space that we can all fall into, like getting caught up in our ego. This can mean like being like really boastful or thinking, you know, we're better than other people, like we know more than them, that kind of energy. And, you know, it's just saying like, if you let your ego get away from you, it's like a bat out of hell. You don't want to be doing that. You want to keep your ego in check. But also when spiritual people talk about an ego, quite often they're talking, because people will say, well, I'm just one person, like what can I do? But you're actually much more than just what your physical body is showing and who you are on a physical. You also have a spiritual side, and you have you know, a lot of talents that you can bring out. You just need to start using the tools and you know, learning about how to use those tools. So figuring out what your talents are, and then improving on them as much as you can. So really, a lot of people are like, well, I don't even know my purpose. Your purpose is to be the best version of you that you can be. And that's, you know, if everybody does that, then we're all going to be in a better place. This is talking about having the strength and the integrity to be able to look at yourself, though. The King of Cups is very good at that. He's been there, done that. So that's why he's the most solid when it comes to love offers. He's also the most likely to hold a grudge if he's been betrayed, because he's not the type of person that betrays anyone. And so, but when he's betrayed, he takes it hard. It's that kind of energy. We have the Virgo energy coming in here. So this is about, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and it's kind of like at that stage in life, and it could be at, when I talk about stage of life, I'm not talking necessarily about age. It's kind of an energy where a lot of people are at that age, but like you could be, you know, this is kind of the level when you get that degree. You've maybe been going to university, and now you actually can go out there and work at your profession and earn your living that way instead of, working, going to school and working odd jobs to pay for it kind of energy. So once you have that ticket or you have that certificate or that degree and you're able to go out there and do what you have been educating yourself, and then you can really contribute in the way that you want to. And so this is talking about that energy, but like you could be 50 and go to school again and get a certificate or a degree or whatever. And so it's not so much about an age, it's more about a desire to be there and do that. We have the world. This is saying when the Fool goes on his journey, the 0 point card 21 in the Major Arcana is the energy of the cycle is now over and you're going to start this new cycle. And it's right here as soon as we go into the external forces coming towards you. So this is talking about that shift in energy. And then look at this. This is when you become the Empress. So it's clarifying that, or when the Empress becomes the Empress, she's on a new journey because now the King of Cups is going to get up and offer this cup to his queen here. And this is interesting. This is falling and failing in love is a matter of eye. So unfettered, the falling star, this is talking about your heart chakra. So it's talking about when you put these burdens down and making that decision to love yourself, that's when your heart opens up enough that, the King of Cups is like, I'm ready. She's ready. That kind of energy. Very good. And then we have, this is disruption. So what's fun for some is not fun for everyone. I think I said that somewhere in the reading. So yeah, sometimes, the Tower can be a big disruption, and it's not, like I said, it's never a comfortable place. But this is saying you need to leave your comfort zone. And I feel like this Tower is actually shaking shift up so that you're in a much better place. And the Tower maybe causes you to put those burdens down. And as soon as you make that choice to look after yourself, bang, you're elevated, and now this energy is coming in and moving you forward. So awesome, awesome energy. And then we have, this is really good energy, Libra, using your high, the High Priestess uses her intuitive ability to a very high level. So it's saying, use your intuition as well as your logic for the creative solutions to your problems. And then we also have the superstar. Yeah, having harmony in your life. And so this is in your career and reputation. I feel that if you've been, people have been like whatever they've been doing and saying behind your back, just take heart in knowing that, people don't talk about boring people. And there's a lot of that these days. There's a lot of AI out there. Like I'm double checking all the information that I get these days, because I just, earlier this morning I was looking and it was saying that, that someone had passed away that's famous, and they haven't, from what I can tell, but it looked very real. And so it's that kind of energy. Like, check out your information, use your words with harmony. And your career, like, just if you have that attitude, then you can be in a position of strength. And then we also have the star energy coming in on top of this. So this is saying what I was saying basically, is that you're not meant to fit in, and so you can't. You're not the type of person that is fit to be. You have to be in alignment. People have to be in alignment to collaborate with you. You can't be in alignment with them. It works for some people, but it doesn't work for you, because you are meant to stand out in a different way, and you can't do that if you water down your talents by committing to doing them some other person's way. So what could be a good arrangement for someone else is not going to be a good arrangement for you. You need to make sure you take control of that so that you have control over the work you do. That's the energy coming in. And then this is talking about, it's confirming here that when this new lover comes in, this king comes in and this energy is happening, that it is this upgrade for you. And whatever was happening here, this energy here, is being shifted as we speak. And it's all because you decided to love yourself, basically. Really good energy. When you love yourself, then your vibration attracts people that can love you. It's awesome energy. Really good advice. I really enjoyed this reading, other than all the noise at the beginning. So nice and quiet now. It's almost like, yeah, that first part of the reading was just so chaotic. And now it's like, okay, see, there's going to be harmony in your life. It's going to get better. Don't worry. All right. I do hope you've enjoyed this. Again, I apologize for all the chaos and the noise at the beginning here. Give it a like and comment if you've enjoyed this, and consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. I'll be back with another reading for you soon. Bye for now, Libra.